Hello dear students, in this video we shall be learning about method of completing squares. Now what are perfect squares? You would have learned in earlier classes that a plus b whole square is a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? Suppose I give you only a square plus 2ab and I don't give you anything over here. So what shall you be doing? How would you find this last term? Keep in your mind that the last term is obtained by taking the square of middle term divided by 4 times first term, right? Take the square of this middle term, that is 4a square b square divided by 4 times first term. 4 times first term. This reduces to b square, so you will be adding b square and then you will be subtracting b square. So this turns out to be a plus b whole square minus b square, right? So this is called method of completing squares. Okay, so this is clear to you. So keep this formula in your mind. Okay, this will be very useful for you all to solve the questions. Shall we move ahead? We can, let me change the color. We can express a quadratic polynomial. Now what is a quadratic polynomial, children? Px equals to ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic polynomial. We can change this in the form of we can express a quadratic polynomial of the form. Suppose I am having a quadratic polynomial of this form in the form of a x plus p whole square, means we are going to make this a perfect square, plus q, okay, where p and q are constant by method of completing squares. This is a strict method for expressing a quadratic expression as a perfect square. Let us see some examples. Now look at this. This is the first term. This is the middle term. And what about the last term? This is not the last term. We shall find the last term. So I told you that last term equals to middle term square upon 4 into first term. You have to keep in your mind that the coefficient of x square must be 1. If there is any number, suppose there is 2, you will divide the whole expression by 2. Your coefficient of x square must be 1. So let us find the last term. Last term is middle term square. 10x square is 10x square upon 4 into first term. You are not always going to write this tab because you have to calculate it mentally. 100x square upon 4 into what was the first term? X square. So you are getting this as x square reduces and this becomes 25. So your last term is 25. So what you are going to do? You are going to add the last term and then you are going to subtract the last term in the same expression. Okay. So I got last term as 25. So I will write this equation as x square plus 10x. Now we are going to add the last term and the same last term we are going to subtract it. And what about this minus 3? Keep it at the end. So what was our last term? Last term was 25. I added it over here and then I subtracted it. Now don't cancel these two, right? Because we have to make this as a perfect square. Now take a group of 3. Now this becomes a perfect square of x plus 5 whole square, right? So you will write x plus 5 whole square. Okay. Now solve this separately. The last constant which was given to you, all that, and the perfect square which you added. Minus 25 minus 3 is minus 28. So you have expressed this quadratic equation in the form of x plus p whole square plus q. So what is your p? P is 5, and what is your q? Q is minus 28. I hope you all understood this, children. Let us move ahead. Now look for this expression. Here you are having 2x square minus 12x plus 1. Now what you are going to do? The coefficient of x square is not 1 over here. So you are going to remove 1 from the whole expression. Take 2 common out from the whole expression, or multiply and divide the whole expression by 2. So you are multiplying and dividing the whole expression by 2. So you will be having 2 in the bracket 2x square upon 2 minus 12x upon 2 plus 1 upon 2. Okay. So this reduces to 2, then x square minus 6x plus half. Okay, now take these two terms and multiply it by 2 separately. Okay, so you'll be having 2x square minus 6x and plus half into 2 separately, right? Because this 2 is multiplied with this part also and with this part also. 2 is getting multiplied, right? So you'll be left with 2x square minus 6x, and that constant term is outside, plus 1. Now what will be the last term over here? I told you middle term square, minus 6x square upon 4 into first term. So you will be having 36x square upon 4x square. That is 4 ones are 4 nines are. Your last term is 9. So you are going to add and subtract last term. That is 9. You are going to add 9 and subtract 9. Okay. I hope this much is clear to you all, children. So this becomes, take these 3 terms together. So this becomes, see children, we added 9 and subtracted 9. Now this became a perfect square. 2, this is a perfect square of x minus 3 whole square. Now what about this 9? Keep it as it is. We will open the bracket and then we will solve it. Now 2 comes with this bracket also and 2 comes with 9 also. So 2x minus 3 whole square minus 18 plus 1 separately. 2 is not getting multiplied with 1. Okay. So you will be writing 2x minus 3 whole square minus 17. Okay children. So what is your A now? A is 2. What is your P over here? P is minus 3. And what is your Q over here? Q is minus 17. Okay children, hope this is clear. You understood? See, the coefficient must be 1. So you have to divide this by 2 and you will multiply the expression by 2. So you will be left with 2x square minus 6x plus 1 upon 2, right? Now take these two terms. 2x square minus 6x, last term is plus 9, now minus 9, and keep this as it is. This is a perfect square, 2x minus 3 whole square. Now minus 9 plus half. It is 9 to the 18, 18 minus 17. Okay, minus 17 upon 2. This becomes minus 17 upon 2. Open the bracket. 2 multiplies with this expression also and this expression also. So you will be having 2x minus 3 whole square minus 17. Right? This 2 denominator, the 2 at the denominator, and this 2 which comes and multiplies gets cancelled off, right, like this. So this is your final answer. Let us move ahead. Now see this equation. You're having this equation as, which is not in the standard form, 3 plus 4x minus x square. You have to express in this form, right children? So what you are going to do, take minus sign out first of all, because x square, the coefficient of x square should be positive 1. So you will be doing like this. Take minus sign out, x square becomes positive, 4x becomes negative, and minus 3 as it is, right? Now last term is middle term square upon 4 into first term. Middle term square upon 4 into first term. So you will be left with 16x square upon 4x square, that is 4. So you are going to add and subtract 4 minus x square minus 4x. You are adding now this 4. This 4 must be added, plus 4, and again it must be subtracted, minus 4, and keep this minus 3 at the last. So you will be having now, this becomes a perfect square, minus, this becomes a perfect square, x minus 2 whole square, minus 4 minus 3, it is minus 7. Now open the bracket and you will be having minus x minus 2 whole square plus 7. This can be written as 7 minus x minus 2 whole square. This is your required expression. What is q over here? Q is 7. And what is p over here? P is minus 2. Clear children? I hope this is easy. Let us move ahead. Solve the equation. Give your answer in the form of this. Okay, it's very easy children. See, first of all we shall make this as a complete perfect square. Last term would be middle term square, that is minus 6x square divided by 4 into first term is x square. So you will have 36x square upon 4x square, and that is 9, right? So your last term is 9. You will add and subtract this. Your expression was x square minus 6x plus 2 equal to 0. You are adding 9 and subtracting 9. This becomes a perfect square, x minus 3 whole square. Now solve this two separately. You are having minus 7 equals to 0. Send it on the other side. You will have x minus 3 whole square equals to positive 7. When square goes on the other side, it becomes root. And we shall be writing it as plus minus root 7. Now why this plus minus? Why plus minus, right? Because under root 4 is either 2 or minus 2, right? Because 2 square is also 4 and minus 2 square is also 4. So when you take root of 4, you shall write plus minus 2. So when I take root of 7, I shall write plus minus root 2. Send 3 on the other side. You will have x equals to 3 plus minus root 7. This is your answer. Clear children? Let us move ahead. We have expressed the answer in this form. Okay, let us move ahead. Solve this equation by method of completing square and give your answer in this form. No worries. So this is our expression, x square minus 3x minus 1. Keep this minus 1 at the last. Last term would be middle term square upon 4 into first term. So last term would be middle term square upon 4 into first term. So you will be having 9x square upon 4x square, right? So this becomes 9 upon 4. 9 upon 4 is perfect. It is a square of 3 upon 2, right? So you will be adding 3 upon 2 over here. Sorry, 9 upon 4. You will be subtracting 9 upon 4 like this. Now this becomes a perfect square of x minus 3 upon 2 whole square. Now solve this separately. Solve this separately. Into 4 after taking the LCM. So you will have minus 9 upon 4 minus 4 upon 4 equals to 0. So you will have x minus 3 by 2 whole square. Now minus 9 minus 4 is minus 13 upon 4. Send it on the other side. So you will have x minus 3 by 2 whole square equals to 13 upon 4. Now send square on the other side, becomes root. X minus 3 upon 2 equals to plus minus under root 13, because we don't know the root of 13, but we know the root of 4, that is 2. Send this 3 on the other side. X equals to 3 upon 2 plus minus root 13 upon 2. Okay children, so your answer is over here. Now what is P? P is 3 upon 2. What is now this Q? What is your Q? Q is, it is under root 13. Okay children, clear? Let us move ahead. You have to solve this inequality, but always remember that the coefficient of x square must be 1. So you have to divide this expression by 3. So you will have, this reduces, x square plus 8x. Keep this 2 upon 3 at the far end. Now what is 0 upon 3? 0 upon 3 is 0. Okay. Now last term would be middle term square upon 4 into first term. Middle term square upon 4 into first term. That gives you 64x square upon 4x square. Now you can cancel this. 4 ones are 4. 4 6 are 24. Your answer is 16. So you got the last term as 16. You will add 16 and you will subtract 16. You will solve this part separately. And this is a perfect square. X plus 4 whole square. When you will solve this part separately, that is minus 16 plus 2 upon 3. Take the LCM. Now 16 3s are, 6 3s are 18. Carry 1. 3 1s are 3 plus 1 4. Minus 48 upon 3 plus 2 upon 3. This becomes minus 46 upon 3. Minus 46 upon 3 less than 0. Send it on the other side. So you will have x plus 4 whole square is less than 46 upon 3. Now, how shall we solve this? We shall solve this by, how would you solve this children? You send the square on the other side. Okay. So this becomes x plus 4 is less than equals to, let us take equal to. For solving this, first of all take equal to. Equal to under root 46 upon 3. But it must be positive, negative. Send 4 on the other side. It becomes x equals to minus 4 plus minus under root 46 upon 3. Right? But it was an inequality, right? This was an inequality. So how would you solve this? One time you have to take the positive value and the other time you will be taking the negative value. So x will lie between minus 4 minus under root 46 upon 3 and minus 4 plus under root 46 upon 3. Okay children, I hope this is clear to you all. Now if you draw the graph, you will realize that this value is negative for only some quantities, right? Suppose this is your parabolic graph. Okay. Which value you are going to take? You are going to take the negative values. Means your answer would be this. Because for all this, you will get y negative, right? Okay children, x must be greater than and then less than. I hope this is clear to you all. Your final answer is this. Okay children. So this part of the graph will show your answer. Okay. because y is negative for all this, even some positive for positive values also and some negative values also. Now these are your homework questions, children. You have to express in the form of x plus p whole square plus q, or q minus x plus p whole square, right? Means you have to solve by method of completing squares, right? These are some 8 questions. After that, these are again 8 questions, 16. Then these 16 question, 32, and again 8, that is 40 questions. Okay, children. Now I will teach you something about quadratic equations. You know that a quadratic polynomial is written in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. You have learned about quadratic formula in grade 10, right? First of all, you will be finding discriminant, right? Discriminant is obtained by taking the square of b minus 4 times a is c. Suppose if our d is greater than 0, then we will have two real and distinct, separate, right? This is not the same but different roots. Two real and different roots. If our discriminant is equal to 0, then we will have two real and both the roots would be equal roots. But if our discriminant is less than 0, then we won't be able to take root of b square minus 4ac because root of negative number is not real, right? Under root of negative number is not real. So no real roots possible. Okay, children. So we are going to stop over here because no real root are possible. So which kind of roots are possible? That are the roots which are possible for the third case are imaginary roots, which you will study in chapter complex numbers. Those numbers which are not real are called complex numbers. Those numbers which do not exist in this universe but their square exists are called complex numbers. Okay, children, for this case, the first case, d is greater than 0 and d is equal to 0. Your roots will be x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a, and this is called quadratic formula. I hope this is clear, children. So this is the way which we are going to use to find the roots of quadratic formula, and this is called universal formula. Using this formula, you need not find method of completing squares, right? Neither you will go for factorization nor by perfect square, right? Perfect square, nothing. Simply you have to substitute the values over here and your answer is directly obtained. See, children, give your answer up to 3 significant formulas using quadratic formula. Here, just look at the question. It is 3x square plus 1x minus 5 equal to 0. Compare it with standard quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Your a is 3 over here, b is 1 and c is minus 5. A is 3, b is 1 and c is minus 5. You will find discriminant. Discriminant equals to b square minus 4ac, and that is b square is 1 square minus 4 times a and c. It must be positive or 0. So 1 minus will be again plus. 4 3s are 12, 12 5s are 60. 60 plus 1 is 61, which is greater than 0. So your roots are two distinct real and distinct roots are obtained, right? Distinct roots. Okay, so how would you get that? X equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. Substitute the values and you will get the answer. Again, for inequality also you will complete this. How would you solve this? It is minus x square minus 6x plus 2 less than equals to 0, right? So your A is minus 1, B is minus 6 and C is 2. Solve this using quadratic formula and you will get the answer, okay? And this will give you the answer, right? For all the values which are below. Then only you will get the answer, right? Because you are having less than equals to 0 means negative value. And the graph is negative on the negative side, where downside, right? These values are negative, okay? These are your other sets of questions as homework. Try to solve it by yourself by a quadratic formula. Quadratic formula, you know that it is x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a, okay? First set of questions, second set of questions, third set of questions. These are around 8 3s are 24, 8 3 are 24, 24, around 40 questions, okay? Now we'll end it over here. These are again your homework questions. Okay children, try to solve this, and if you face any problem, let me know so that I can solve your doubts. Thank you very much.